Welcome back to 3rd Street Reactions. I'm Zack.
I'm Shane.
We're back with Samurai Jack Season 2, Episode 9.
Yeah.
You remember what happened in Episode 8?
Yeah, we were dealing with Jack. He was into that European town. Livestock was dead. It was like a plague going through there.
Yep.
But it happened to be the digestive issues from this dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And the dragon had some kind of ectopic pregnancy
Yeah.
egg that didn't die. I guess that's not an ectopic pregnancy.
It even hatched.
It hatched in there, and it was irritating the gut microbiome.
Yep. Fucking with that dragon.
And it was strange, but I really enjoyed it. Like, I was pretty enthralled the whole time, just kind of looking at the imagery and the art and the music and just how what's his name?
Genndy.
Genndy
Tartakovsky.
Tartakovsky. I was trying to remember Tartakovsky. I keep thinking of Gennady Golovkin.
Yeah.
No, it's just a beautiful episode. And so we're continuing his journey now.
Yes, we are.
So
with that, let's roll out.
Autobots, roll out!
You missed, Piccolo.
Set up in the bullet group. Couldn't remember. Hey! It's an asteroid worm.
Yep. That's a disturbing noise.
Mm-hmm. When their eyes blink.
Yeah.
Imagine that being your main food source.
Grass is tough as hell.
It's like a frog cow.
It's like hay.
I meant them.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a frog, it's a cow. These don't look like they can run very fast. Their legs being that close together.
Yeah. Those new Planet of the Apes movies are so good.
I haven't seen it yet.
I think you'd like them. Oh, that sucks.
Very non-violent apprehension. When you think of the spear,
Yeah.
you spear the damn thing.
Greetings, Imakandi. I present this challenge to you, Imakandi. For you are the greatest hunters of the universe.
Greatest food?
I bring you
You wouldn't think like a predator.
You figured it'd be a predator out there somewhere.
We accept your challenge, but
So,
we need
Lamar?
not your treasure. Our reward is the thrill of the hunt, for we are Imakandi.
I guess you can teleport.
Okay. I think Splinter's gonna hear that blue flame. You think someone from the medieval Europe might have traveled along the road and seen a city like this?
Choose with his mouth open.
Kind of a satisfying sound in this.
Unfucking acceptable.
Shit. It's overkill.
Let us inform Aku that he can have his prize. Aku! No! I will not be delivered to Aku like some animal!
Like Memnon. Kind of makes me think of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Because there's 4 of them, and
Kind of reminds me of Jinro, too.
Before have I encountered hunters of such caliber.
Couldn't have said anything. Shawshank Redemption.
yeah. It's a hell of a movie. Terrorist. I didn't kill my wife. I don't care. I thought he just wasn't gonna be there. He's whoo.
The swords cut that fucking rope.
Yeah.
Damn it.
What?
Impressive.
Weight didn't change.
Most impressive. Very undeserved line in that movie.
Oh, of Luke?
Yeah, because he's impressive. But then he just says most impressive. He doesn't do anything really. He's like
I think the most impressive
continuing his thought.
was continuing his thought in the
Yeah.
first impressive.
Yeah.
So, highly debated, actually. So.
I must commandeer your chariot.
Like heck you would. Hey man, you want it backwards?
What?
Pretty damn fast. It's like a normal elevator.
I know.
Well, they could just take the steps.
Yeah.
They probably could get up there faster than that fucking thing moves.
It's gonna be like a 5 vs 7 fight on the elevators.
Yeah.
It's a cool image. Whoa, that's cool looking.
Yeah, projectile weapons and everything else. Shit situation for him.
Yeah, I know.
Catch it.
That's a cool shot, man.
This samurai has proven himself as the mightiest and most elusive of prey.
Yes, now please hand it to me.
No,
What?
Amat has earned its right to run free. It is the way of the Imakande.
Insolent fool! I will take what is mine!
You will not.
Imagine all the citizens there, like, seeing a giant ass Haku.
You have earned your freedom. It is our way, the Imakande way.
Now it sounds like the guy from Gladiator.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay.
That was his reaction. Now, what did you think?
That was a really good one.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
The Imakandi were
They're all good for different reasons, but introducing, like, a new player to the game, like a cool race, they look cool and they have a cool story, they're great hunters. That Aku would seek them out of everyone else in the galaxy.
Yep.
So no, that was cool. And then just the idea of the Imakandi code, letting him go because he's such a worthy adversary or worthy prey.
Yeah.
I guess you know.
It was cool that they actually subdued him.
Yeah.
Actually accomplished their goal.
Yeah.
And still.
Yeah, it's one of those things Jack lost. It's by the mercy of their culture.
Yeah, it was a fucking roll of the dice for Aku.
Yeah.
I was thinking it's going to shower them with riches and they didn't want it.
No, they didn't.
So.
It always makes me think, you know, because when you study history and anthropology, like how cultures kind of evolve, and kind of like Star Wars, they just don't pay attention to that. Mm-hmm. And just kind of like this, they don't pay attention to that. This idea of having Europe and a advanced city, like 50 miles away from each other, probably. Mm-hmm. And the idea that those guys that are hunter-gatherers are still a superior hunter than like a predator species with technology.
Yeah.
It's cool. I buy it. I think it's a cool story.
It was really cool.
Yeah, like I think it's cool. I don't want to necessarily, you know, I want to be able to forget about the real world sometimes and just see, like, you know, that it's not just advanced technology and people who've inherited generations of knowledge and are better hunters. I like the idea that there's still these hunter-gatherers that are doing that.
I'm sure there are
Yeah.
people out there in the world that are tremendously better than everyday hunters here in the States or in other parts of the world where culture is advanced and you're hunting and relying on a lot of modern technology or modern methods.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, these guys or anybody, any culture that may exist still that does that, it relies on old traditions and skills.
Well, there's quite a bit in Central and South America.
Yeah, I believe that.
I was looking at like early primitive man, like how smart were they compared to us and stuff like that. And, you know, like we've had the benefit of amassing accumulated generational knowledge. Mm-hmm. But, like, you know, these people had to memorize. Basically, they had, like, a very acute mental map of their entire area.
Yeah.
Every bush, every flower.
Well, they're much more in tune, I would say.
Yeah.
Than their surroundings and their regions and their environments than we are.
Like, yeah, they knew they knew the sounds of all these different kinds of birds.
Well, we're very reliant now on we can just look it up.
Yeah.
We can research it. We have accumulated knowledge, like you mentioned, that you can reference. So we're much more accustomed to our reference material, whereas anybody, especially early America or beyond that, even after the Industrial Revolution, say like in my profession, a mechanic, there were people that didn't, back in the day, there were times when you didn't have reference material and you just were around this shit enough that you knew what things would do, what they wouldn't do, and how they went together, and how they worked. And that's the same with hunting. You know, you understood how to read the land, how to observe your prey, what it would do, its characteristics, how it would react to certain things. Yeah. So they were much more in tune because they were much more integrated with their surroundings.
Does this make you like value or want to do bow hunting more over gun hunting sometimes when you see stuff like this?
Yeah, I mean, gun hunting, to be honest, for me anymore is kind of boring. Yeah. Because just you're limited on, for one, access. You're limited on properties for other people own. Yeah. You don't have a wide range. There's no sense of adventure in it. Yeah. You're just doing it. Yeah. But if you like eating and having wild game in your diet, it's still a good practice for practical reasons. Yeah. But for the sake of acquiring skills and having the pride in knowing them, I mean, I do think it's very interesting. It's like The Hunted. I rewatched that the other day.
It's a damn good one. I love that movie so much.
I know. It's a really simple movie, but it's very good, and I just enjoy Tommy Lee Jones's character and that skill set that he has and the lifestyle he chooses to live based on that. And to be aware, I have a book at home called How to Survive in the Wilderness or something like that. And it just goes into that. Like, people will starve to death when there's food all around them. They just don't know how to access it. Yeah. They don't know how to recognize it. And it just goes to show, like, if like an EMP went off in the U.S., like, who would really...
A lot of people wouldn't know what to do.
No, they wouldn't. They'd be doing this Walking Dead shit where they're going around raping and pillaging, taking each other's shit. Instead of
they could just eat some dandelions.
Yeah, when there's shit all around them that they could eat. I mean, concrete jungle's a little different. You're not going to have access to a lot of shit, but you get out into rural communities and rural parts of the U.S., there's still a lot of resources.
There's an urban survival school that I've always wanted to go to. I've seen them online. You sign up, and then they teach you all these skills in this class over a few days, and then they basically, to pass, like, they just let you go in the city, and you got to try to... I think you have to steal something, you have to do something to go somewhere and remain undetected. And it was showing all the things that some recruits do, and like they shave their head, they do all kinds of different things. Yeah. So what they do is they just drop you off in a random parking garage in a trunk tied up. And you have to get out of the trunk and do all the stuff. And they have bounty hunters going around looking for you.
That's pretty cool.
And it's pretty cool, yeah. And the guy who runs that, his brother has a couple of different wilderness survival schools too. Yeah. So I'm like, I would like to do both. That'd be really cool.
It would be really cool. It would especially be more beneficial if you were younger to learn a lot of those and practice them over several years, because we're getting to the age bracket now where dedicating time to learning those skill sets becomes harder and harder.
Certainly.
And so, because now, especially you, a little less me, but I still have it. You have family responsibilities.
Yeah, it's
because I'm divorced and I don't have my kids all the time, so I have some time I could dedicate to it, but all of it gets ate up with work and shit like that. And your family's at home, trucking kids back and forth.
So every time I'm not doing something with them, sometimes I feel guilt a little bit.
That's the same with me. Like right now, my kids are down there.
Yeah,
and I feel guilty about it. But
I got two up there.
So it's just, but it's still something that I can respect.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I always wanted to walk the Appalachian Trail. I don't think it's going to happen for a while or ever. It was cool for me to see every time we get into the actual the cities in these worlds, and it's almost like I feel like maybe Aku's kind of look influence the way the cities are made.
They are. It's all very
like these jagged, aggressive architecture.
You see that building that Jack ran into. There was this big statue in there that resembled him.
Okay, yeah. So it's just interesting. And like I think if you don't think too hard about kind of like maybe the cultures and how cities grow and evolve, and it's just great story.
This one was intense.
Was this one of the ones that you're looking forward to?
I forgot all about this one. There's another one that goes more into the lore of Aku that's coming that might not be until a later season. That might not be just 3 or 4. Yeah,
there was no like strange, funny characters in this. It was just cool characters, and sometimes I wonder, like, I try to organize like the power levels kind of in my head. Sometimes it's not good to do that with fantasy shows or any type of fiction. I think Dragon Ball Z trained me to do that.
Well, it does, but someone tried to list a Lord of the Rings, like who is strong as Saruman, like comparing power status in that world. And I think they got quite a few things wrong with that little list.
Yeah.
It's just because the way power is projected in that world is completely different than, say, Dragon Ball Z, obviously, or Samurai Jack. I mean, Aku is a mystical being. He's a demon. His powers are...
He's powerful, but he's got limits. Like, he can't see everything all the time. And
the world he's created isn't a world that's, like, just shrouded in mysticism. It's a world that's technologically advanced.
Yeah.
And so he still drives modern technology in this sense.
It seems like in a fight, Jack has a pretty good shot of beating him. Like,
he did beat him. You remember in the original timeline.
Yeah.
And Aku cursed him flung him into the future. He was about to kill Aku.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Aku sent him into the future.
Yeah.
And so he does stand a very good chance with his skills and his weapon.
Is it just a sword?
Yeah.
Without this sword in your possession, you're nothing. Die!
Okay. So without that sword, it's...
Well, still, Jack is a very skilled individual because, he just is.
Because, these primitive, very skilled hunters were able to take him down.
Yeah.
If they had the sword, would they be able to take Aku down?
I think they probably would. But they also work as a team.
Yeah.
So, Jack's running from these 4 hunters. Mm-hmm. They use a varied skill set, weapons.
Yeah, we had a blow gun, we had a bow and arrow, we had...
the stun spears.
Yeah.
So...
but have you ever wanted... When you were a kid, you ever mess around with the idea of a blow gun?
My family... Out in Churchtown, they had something they had laying around. People would dick around with them, shoot a dartboard or something with them.
Yeah, I got one time in a mailbag, and it was like a nice professional one. Mm-hmm. It had like a little screen, so you can't inhale the dart or whatever. Yeah, and they're sharp, man. Like have you ever messed around with them?
Yeah, pretty cool.
They're pretty freaking cool. Yeah. When I was a little kid, I always thought that'd be cool. I had blowguns in school.
Yeah, I never really. I mean, I bow hunted and I handled guns quite a bit, and so I always wanted cooler guns and things. But with bow hunting, it's interesting. You have compound bows and things like that now, but I thought it'd be really cool to have an old recurve bow made the way they used to make them.
Did you see, has Emil Hirsch, it's a true story based off Into the Wild? It's basically a story of this...
But the guy that kind of cuts all ties and goes off and dies eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's really good. He makes all his own shit. He just becomes possessed by the idea of not being in this material life and going off to Alaska to hunt.
He ends up dying from it.
He ends up dying because he wasn't prepared, But it's admirable, but you wish he was prepared, Well,
it's something you have to find a balance.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people do. Like the people that live hunters in Alaska. I mean, they're still living probably a pretty cool life.
Yeah.
But there's a balance there. They still have a lot of modern stock and supplies, medicine and canned foods and things that they stock up on. Yeah. So you have logistical means of getting back and forth. So they're not completely just... I mean, some people probably are living off the grid completely. Yeah. But they still rely on... It's like the Amish. Yeah. I mean, the Amish are a very insular community. They have a lot of ways and means of life that would survive if we lost a lot of technological advancements we have.
Yeah, they'd be all right for the most part.
But they still benefit greatly from their association with English culture. Yeah. With how they refer to it. So it's not like they're on an island. Yeah. They could survive on their own. Yeah. But they benefit greatly from that contact and that presence. So
I hope the Imakandis.
Imakandi.
I hope we see them again. I don't know if we will, but they're cool.
I don't know.
All right.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you like what we do, you can subscribe. You can comment down below and let us know what you really appreciate about this show or Gendy Tartakovsky's other works. We're really looking forward to maybe starting Primal one day. For sure. And if you don't like us, you ain't got to.
You're going to hell.